Hey guys, Blitz here. So today I am here with my EMBA Season 13 draft analysis video. So if you guys don't already know, I am the commissioner of the EMBA. We are starting our 13th season, and in the description below I'm actually going to link the EMBA official YouTube channel. So if you guys want to do me a favor and go over there and subscribe. Um, I believe tonight I will be uploading some power rankings for two of our divisions, and I'll probably get the third one up. I'll try for tomorrow. So there should be lots of activity on that channel. And then on my channel here, I'm going to try to have our weekly battle up. I'm going to shoot for every Sunday, but depending on my schedule, it might vary from there. So going into this draft, it is the top 16 players in the league, so I knew that everyone was going to draft pretty well. So my plan, I had four mons of mine when I was starting. Those four mons were Megazam, Terrakion, Ferrothorn, and Toxapex. The Ferropex core is really good, and I've been playing around with a Mega Alakazam Terrakion core lately, and it just destroys because Megazam's switching his dark types, right? And if your dark type is in against a Terrakion, I just get Sword Stances up pretty much. Like, there really aren't a lot of dark types that can take on Terrakion well and not give me a +2. So it's really nice offensive core, and then Ferropex is always solid for spikes and toxic spikes. I did get sniped a little bit, but I am very, very happy with how my draft ended up. So I will hop right into my first mon here. So my first mon that I picked up was Mega Alakazam. I knew I wanted this thing, and I didn't want it to come around the wheel. I think I was like 13th pick or something like that. So Mega Zam might be a stretch in the first round. Um, I actually almost picked Zygarde here. Yeah, I almost picked Zygarde here and then picked up Mega Zam the next round. But I decided I wanted something else besides Zygarde. I'm using Zygarde in Brawl for All right now and LD. So I don't really want to use it in another league. Especially because LD just started too. So it'd be two seasons going on at the exact same time with a Zygarde. So that I didn't really feel like doing that. So anyways, I picked Mega Alakazam first. You guys know how Mega Zam works. It's stupid fast. Has Trace. Trace can be really nice. Trace lets you beat things like Scolipede. Could you trace a speed boost? You beat a Alolan Raichu. Heatran you can beat by tracing Flash Fire. There's lots of stuff that you can beat with your Mega Alakazam. Coming in against some, like if we're playing a fat team, I can come in and maybe trace like a Regenerator or something, so that's pretty cool. If you get Toxic, you can come in against a Natural Curamon, so there's lots of little cool techs that you can do with a Mega Alakazam that your opponent really has to be very careful of. And then its move pool is pretty good. Like, what do we have? Calm Mind, Dazzling Gleam, Disable, Energy Ball, Encore, Focus Blast, Focus Punch. There we go. We're gonna run sub Focus Punch Mega Alakazam every week. Maybe do I get Swords Dance? No, I don't get Sword Dance. Maybe I get like Workup. No, I don't get Workup either. Okay, so much for my sub Focus Punch Workup set. But anyways, yeah, so we got Focus Blast. Foul Play might be able to come in handy. I could see Foul Play working against something like a Metagross. Last time I used a Metagross, it got destroyed by a Nihilego using Foul Play, so that's definitely an option. Knockoff doesn't suck. Like, I know our attack is like base 30. Base 50, sorry. So it's base 50. But, yeah, I'm probably not going to be running physical Megazam. We got Psychic, Psyshock, Shadow Ball and Signal Beam are nice. T-Wave is always nice. T-Wave and Toxic are really good. And it does get Taunt. I didn't know that it got Taunt. That's really nice, actually. Yeah, that's really nice. I did not know we got Taunt. And let's see if there's anything down here. Gets Counter. Why does Mega Alakazam get Cursed? Or Dynamic Punch? Interesting. Future Sight is actually really cool. Because it kind of allows me to predict. So what I could do is I can click Future Sight. Actually, let's just go back up to Future Sight here. So if you don't know, it hits 2 turns after it's used. So if I click Future Sight, and then when he's gonna go out to his Dark type, I can go out into Terrakion and get a +2. So that's really nice. Do I get anything else? I get Hyper Beam, Magic Room. Does get I was gonna say it gets Natural Gift, but I can't use that. Psychic Terrain, so I don't need to run Lele on this core. Yeah, it gets a lot of cool stuff. So you get, and then it's pretty obvious what Mega Zam does. Like, look at this, 399. So that's modest. Modest outspeeds Aerodactyl, Coco, just everything. And then if I go to plus speed, it's 438. Here, I'm just gonna do this real quick. Speed. The only mon in the format. So in this league, there are 3 mons that are allowed that will speed type me. Ninjask outspeeds me. That only Ninjask was drafted. Electrode speed ties me. I don't think Electrode was drafted. And Mega Arrow speed ties me. And I don't think Mega Arrow was drafted. So Mega Zam will always outspeed my opponent's team, which is really nice. And even a lot of Scarfers. Because if you do 438 divided by 1.5, if it's a it has to be 290 or above, I believe. Is that right? 145. Yeah, that gets to 435. So, yeah, he has to be he has to be like a 295 speed to outspeed me Scarfed. So like a Scarf like Blaziken, stuff like that, I can outspeed. Like any Scarf 80s, I outspeed already, even if they're running Scarf. So that's really nice. I'll move on to my next mon here. Next mon is Zapdos. Um, I wanted Zapdos just because it's such a nice defogger and pivot, and having pivots into Mega Alakazam is really important. And Zapdos can run so many different sets that it's really nice. Like, if I'm facing a bulky water that week and I don't have a great matchup, I run offensive Zapdos. If I'm facing a Mega Scizor or something, I can run static and kind of destroy that. Zapdos has a ton of options. And then pressure and static are both really good abilities. You don't see pressure very often, I guess. The only mon you ever see pressure on is like a Suicune, but pressure can come in handy in draft format. Just if you're playing stuff with limited PP, like if you're playing like a Shaman or something, you know he's gonna waste Seed Flares. Like one Seed Flare, and like a Seed Flare counts for 2. So technically, if Zapdos is in, he only gets 4 Seed Flares, which I don't even know if 4 Seed Flares would kill my Zapdos. So that's really nice. And yeah, it just dealing with PP is really nice. But then the main thing that you see is static. So 30% chance of para. That is really nice. I think that's the same as discharge. So instead of having to run discharge, you can get the extra power, and then hopefully they get static paralyzed. And then just look at what he gets. He gets agility, baton pass. That is banned. In this league, the way I did it was baton pass is legal, but you can't baton pass a speed boost. You can boost other stats and then pass them, but you can't speed pass, which all of my group of admins kind of agreed on that we didn't want to allow speed pass just because um, it's hard to prep for it. It can be broken. Like I forget what league it was, but some guy was able to pass a +2 speed, um, and a substitute into a Bandit Kartana, and yeah, that was game over. Like that was on like turn 6, and the other dude just did not have an option because everything got 2-hit KO'd by it, so he had nothing to switch in, and then it just destroyed. Yeah, so then we have Defog. Defog is really nice. Um, my team is not very weak to hazards, which is really nice. I do have a Magic Guard, Mega Zam, and I got like Ferropex. I think no, a couple of my lower tier mons are actually Rocks weak, but I think I only have 3 mons that are Rocks weak, which is really nice. But Zapdos has some nice options. So I got Discharge. Drill Peck is an option if I want to run physical. HP Flying is still probably better, but Heat Wave, Extra Sensory are both really nice. I don't know a lot of things that you would run Extra Sensory for. Maybe like a Toxicroak, but it can come in handy. Heat Wave's really nice. Of course, all the hidden powers. It gets screens. I did not know that it got screens. That's pretty cool. It gets Roar and Roost. Those are both really nice. Because Zapdos can kind of stop some sweepers. Or like annoying ones that sit behind a sub, like a Suicune or something. It can kind of take care of that. Roost, Signal Beam is nice for like Celebi. And then we have. Oh, sorry. Why did that just do that? Sorry. Yeah, Signal Beam, and then we got Sub, Tailwind, Thunderbolt, T-Wave, Toxic, U-Turn, Volt Switch. The U-Turn Volt Switch is really, really nice. Just being able to have two different ways of getting out, especially with stuff like a Mega Alakazam on my team. Just like I said at the start of Zapdos, having a pivot, like having pivots into Alakazam is really nice. And I get stuff like Charge Beam's cool. Does get Hyper Beam. Laser Focus, ensuring the crit from facing the Calm Mind Maw. That's pretty sweet. Rain Dance. I think everything gets Rain Dance, or a lot of, and Sunny Day. A lot of things get those, I'm pretty sure. Can run Rain Dance Thunder. That's an option. And Zapdos has very solid stats all around. Like, its speed is good enough that it's going to outspeed a lot of threats. And then it has very good special attack, which a lot of people tend to sleep on in leagues, I think. A lot of people see it as more of a defensive mon in the league, but it can be very, very offensive. Like if you slap like a specs on this thing, you don't have a lot of switch-ins with its coverage. Our next one is Ferrothorn. Um, Ferrothorn Pex was my goal. I believe Pex was taken, but I think I did get a pretty good sub for it. But Ferrothorn is just really, really good with iron barbs, and like you could run Rocky Helmet iron barbs and just chip things. And chipping things down for Mega Alakazam to clean late game is really, really nice. Because Mega Zam gets a lot of OHKOs, but a lot of things it doesn't OHKO, you can get it pretty close. So you get down to like 65, 70%. Good chance Mega Zam can just clean late game. So Ferrothorn's really nice for that with Iron Barbs. And then really at this point I was just looking for hazards. Like I needed hazards, so Ferrothorn's really nice. We have Spikes and Stealth Rock. We have Explosion if we want to run the A12 special of running Mono Explosion. Like run Explosion on every single mon and just do that. It gets Hone Claws, so I can run Hone Claws Explosion. I believe it also gets like Curse. We were talking about this yesterday in call with A12 and Will. We're gonna run a Rock Polish set, because if we Rock Polish, we get up to 280. So if I run Rock Polish, I outspeed Tapu Bulu. Actually, no, I can be even faster than that. I can outspeed like Rotom Wash. Yeah, that's actually not a terrible set. Like it's stupid, but it's not terrible. Now because I said it, if my opponent who has a Rotom Wash watches this video, maybe they have to prep for Rock Polish Ferrothorn, or who knows. Leech Seed's really nice. Leech Seed's great, and then we have Stealth Rocks and Spikes, which is the key to Ferrothorn. And just a bulky Steel type and Grass type is really, really nice. My next mod was Slowbro. Slowbro is really, really solid. It replaced Pex really nicely because of Regenerator. Like, I picked up Slowbro for Regenerator almost solely, just to replace Toxapex. But Slowbro can be really solid, and it runs a really nice Assault Vest set just because of Regenerator. And it gets lots of cool options. Like, if you look at its moveset, like, it has tons of stuff. Like, Fire coverage, Ice coverage, Psychic, Ghost, Bug, Water coverage. Like, it gets a lot of stuff. And I can run Trick Room. Like, Trick Room Slowbro is nothing to laugh at. It does get Curse and Counter and stuff like that. Like, Counter isn't a bad move on it, because a lot of things would be like you turning on it, doing like 40%, and if you click Counter, good chance you're killing whatever's coming in, so that's kind of cool. And Slowbro, if you look at its stats are actually solid. Like, it has pretty good bulk all around, and its special attack is actually solid too. Like, having a good, like, the thing I was looking for with all my bulk, even if you look at like Ferrothorn here, like, it has 94 attack, so my bulk can all do damage. Like, I didn't want bulk that was setup fodder. I know I said I wanted Toxapex, but Toxapex at least gets like haze. But like with this team, I wanted every mon to be able to at least do damage, so you can't just sit in front of it safely. Like, I can run coverage with my attack to hurt you, which is kind of what I was looking for with this team. So that's Slowbro. I really like the Ferrothorn Slowbro core, and I believe I pick up a few good mons to complement that. One of them being Arcanine. Um, One thing that I mentioned to Will in A12 yesterday that nobody really thought about was Flash Fire. If I run Flash Fire Arcanine and people running HP Fire for Ferrothorn, I do get a 1.5 boost. Like, I could run like Banded Flash Fire Arcanine with Flare Blitz, and I don't think anything's taking that. Because like Arcanine has solid attack too. Like 110 is nothing to laugh at. And it has like Intimidate is of course the best set. That's probably the set I run the most, but it gets lots of options. Like it does get like it gets crazy coverage. Like if you look at its coverage here, it gets close combat, crunch, dragon pulse, extreme speed is really nice. I was lacking priority at this point, and my team as a whole, I think I only have 2 priority users, which kind of sucks. But they're both pretty reliable priority, which I could do drops a few mons to get some better priority, but I really like this team. But we'll look at the rest of the cards, like fire moves, obviously. Iron Head in case I'm playing like a Diancie. Uh, Outrage. Don't sleep on Outrage. I just ran a Scarf Crocodile with Outrage to beat a Mega Sceptile, so don't sleep on Outrage. And then like Wild Charge is really nice too. Same with Toxic and Will-O-Wisp. And I really like having recovery with it. Like Morning Sun is really, really nice. Like 2 of my walls have good recovery. I do have a Wish user coming later to help out with Ferrothorn, so I think that's really nice as well. And Arcanine just has great stats all around. Like, there's so many Arcanine sets that you can run. And I really like bulky fire types. Because, like, you see some pretty, like, decent, like, grass offensive types, like offensive mons now with like Kartana and Bulu, and then you have like some steals. Like it stops a lot of the Tapus, which is nice. Like, it's actually I don't believe we allowed Tapu Lele, but Arcanine is actually a really good Lele check. If you run like a Spadef one, just because it can take stuff, and it kind of forces them to click Psychics and a Moonbust. So if you pair it with a Dark type, it's really really nice. And then my next one was Terrakion, which is actually one of my first Z users, so Rock EMZ. And our Z rules where you got 30 Z points, so it's not like I have to pick a Z crystal or anything, like you can have any crystal you want. And then this is why it pairs well with Zam, Justified. So if I get +1, I get half a Swords Dance just from taking a knockoff. And knockoff isn't going to do anything to me if I'm a Z Terrakion. So that's really, really nice. And then if you look at my attack, like that attack is ridiculous, and the speed. Terrakion will just be running through teams, I think, and it's a great breaker to pair with probably the best late game cleaner in the league, like in the league format in Mega Alakazam. And then it gets great moves like close combat, Earthquake, or and then like Iron Head, Poison Jab are both also useful. And Quick Attack is not something to sleep on, as you can get some decent late game kills with it. Also gets Rock Polish. Yeah, Rock Polish. It does get rocks in case I want to do that. Like, I could toss rocks on there just for fun. Because, like, if something's switching out, I could just get my rocks up. Because I don't, like, if I don't want to run a Ferrothorn with rocks that week or something. Then it gets, like, X Scizor for, like, a Celebi. And, like, Stone Edge. Zen Headbutt's a move. I remember I ran a Psychium Z Zen Headbutt Cobalion to beat a Toxapex once in UBA. Against, I think it was Aki, and that was fun. That felt really good to do that. So I could do the same thing with Terrakion, actually. It's an option. That's why Z Terrakion is really nice, I think. Then you even get stuff like Aerialis if I'm facing like a Chestnut. Giga Impact, so I could run Normalium Z, Giga Impact. Does it get anything else down here? No, not really. Yeah, no, that's about it. But anyways, that's Terrakion. Like, everyone knows Terrakion's just gonna break. So that's really, really nice, I think. And then we'll go on to the next half of my team here. So the next one I picked was Gardevoir. I didn't really have a fairy type yet, and Gardevoir does a lot. It's also another Trace Mon to go with my Mega Alakazam, which is really, really nice. And if you look at its stats, it's not that fast, but has good special attack and good special defense. It's not as good as Mega Gardevoir, of course, but Mega Gardevoir, I think, is the best Mega in the format, almost. Um, in my opinion, just because a lot of the top ones are pretty one-dimensional, I think. Like, Mega Lopunny is one-dimensional. Mega Mawile, like, you know what it's going to do. Gardevoir, you have options because you can run stuff like Wish, Sub, Calm Mind, T-Wave, Toxic, Will-O-Wisp. Like, you have options with it. So I really love Mega Gardevoir, and Gardevoir is almost just as good. Like, Gardevoir is really, really good. You look at this, I get Calm Mind, I get Destiny Ball and Disable, Encore, Focus Blast, Energy Ball. Healing Wish is really, really, really nice. Healing Wish can be so key. I see Healing Wish with my Ferrothorn being really, really good, which seems kind of weird. But say my opponent, say I bring like a leftovers Leech Seed Ferrothorn, and my opponent really only has one or two things to beat it. If those things die and I Healing Wish at my Ferrothorn, I just win the game. Like nothing, like Ferrothorn's hard to break, and Healing Wish, even into like a Terrakion or an Alakazam after it already broke through a bunch and gives it a second life, is just scary. And then I get stuff like Light Screen, Reflect, Moonblast, Pain Split, Psychic, Shadow Ball, Shadow Sneak if I need it, Taunt. And then kind of my main thing why I wanted this was Wish. It gives me a good Wishmon for my Ferrothorn. Especially because like nothing is really gonna take on Gardevoir and Ferrothorn at the same time. I don't really think, unless it's like a Darmanitan, like something like a physically attacking fire type. But I have options for that, like an Arcanine, so that's not a big issue. But yeah, that's my Gardevoir. It's gonna be a nice special wall, which I didn't really have at this point. A lot of my walls are more physical. Well, they can be special, but physically based. And Wish is really, really nice. My next mon is one of my other Z users, so I'll toss Dragonium on there. It's a Haxorus, which Moldbreaker Haxorus is really, really good. If you look at its stats, 147 attack. Like, it's just another amazing breaker for Mega Alakazam to clean. Like, if you see a lot of my mons are kind of for that. Like, a lot of them are just good chipping mons or good breaking mons to let Mega Alakazam clean late game. Like, that's kind of the game plan this season, is just chip away at everything, and then with 10 turns left, bring him out Mega Alakazam and kill everything. So I think that's a really good option. And yeah, I really like that. Sorry guys, where was I? I just got a call. Yeah, just so Haxorus is just another one of my great breakers to get Mega Alakazam in. And I did put Z on it because like a Z Outrage just kills everything. But like look at its coverage. Like I can run a lot of stuff for things. Like we got Aqua Tail there. The Dragon moves of course Earthquake. Endeavor could actually be kind of cool. Gets it does get Dragon Dance. Like if Haxorus gets to +1, it's ridiculous. I do get Facade in case I get burned. Low kick. I've run before for stuff like Ferrothorn and Snorlax. Even like Celesteela, it does a lot too because it's so heavy. Then we have Outrage, Poison Jab. Yeah, it just gets so much stuff. And for some reason, our Chrome is being annoying. Sorry about that. Yeah, Rock Slide, Shadow Ball. And then if I don't want to run Dragon Dance, Swords Dance is always an option as well. Taunt is there. Toxic. It does get like dual chop in case like I'm playing something that's gonna be sashed, so that's kind of nice. Iron Tail is there, so Z Iron Tail is an option against fairies. And yeah, that's Haxorus. Like Haxorus is just gonna be a physical breaker that's just gonna tear things apart. So that's really, really nice. Our next one is Piloswine. Piloswine was really cheap in this league. I think it was like 5 points. So Eviolite Piloswine is just so bulky. And I didn't really have anything for electric types at this point. Like electric types are kind of annoying and neither the ground type. So Piloswine's a really good ground type. Because like it's not weak to HP Ice either. Like HP Ice is annoying on electric types. And like even like HP Grass is nothing. Like if I'm playing like a Coco, the best thing Coco has for me is Grass Knot, which does like 35%. Like, I beat Coco 100% of the time, unless he's Z Nature's Madness, which I can play around pretty easily. With, like, a Ferrothorn, or, like, even, like, a Slowbro, I can switch in on that if it's obvious. So that's really, really nice. And then it gets... I needed more rockers. I only had Terrakion at this point, and Ferrothorn, so another Stealth Rocker is really nice. And then it gets, like, Earthquake. Like, it's, like it hits hard. Like, it's a baby Mamoswine. Like, Earthquake and Icicle Crash from 100 attack are nothing to sleep on. And Ice Shard is really nice. What else do we get? Get anything cool? Endeavor can be nice. We do get like Icicle Spear, Icicle Crash, just in case we're thinking he's like Yachi or something. Like if he's like Yachi Garchomp, Icicle Spear is really nice because Yachi only pops on the first hit, I believe. And then we have like Rock, Stone Edge, Superpower. Yeah, like Piloswine's pretty obvious in what it does, but it's really, really nice. And I really like I've used it in plenty of leagues before, and it's always put in work. So I'm a huge fan of it. Our next mon here is Venomoth. Venomoth is interesting. There's two things I need a Venomoth for. Right here you see it's a poison type, so it's a grounded poison type, which I really need, and Tinted Lens is actually kind of cool. But we have a grounded poison type now with Toxic Spikes. I don't know why this list keeps coming up. It's been doing that for a few days now, it's really weird. Yeah, but a grounded poison type with Toxic Spikes is really, really key in this game. Or on this team. Because I like having hazards. And even if, like, I don't need to bring Toxic Spikes. Ever. But just the thought of having it makes my opponent prep for it, and he almost has to bring his poison type. And if you want to bring your poison type against my Mega Alakazam, feel free. Like, it kind of forces a Mon without a good matchup to come, which is really, really nice in my opinion. Yeah, and then I have some options of this too. Like, it gets U-Turn, it gets, like, Tailwind, Stun Spore, Sleep Powder. Quiver Dance is always nice if I want to run that. Then it gets like Bug Buzz, Energy Ball. It does get Baton Pass. I don't know if there's anything that it gets that I can Baton Pass. I can't Baton Pass Quiver. I can Baton Pass Subs, that's about it. I can Baton Pass Curses with it. Yeah, that's about it, I think. I don't see anything else I can pass. Doesn't get like Sword Dance or anything. No, okay, yeah, so like Baton Pass probably won't come in handy in this league. But baton passing subs could be cool, and it does get lots of U-turn initiative, which is really, really nice. And then its stats kind of suck, but like I said, it's there for Toxic Spikes and being a grounded poison, and it has utility, which is really, really nice. And our last one was Furo. I had 1 point left. And Furo is one of my Z users, so probably Normalium would my guess. Like, for 1 point, like, do you get Focus Energy? Ooh. Like, I could run, like, Crit Furo. Like, you know how people run Crit Kingdra? I could run Crit Furo. But yeah, it has options, and it was 1 point. Like, it's 90 attack, 100 speed for 1 point, and I can put a Z on it, so that is sweet. And it does get stuff like agility to outspeed. It gets defog. Another defog mode is really, really nice. It does get, like, quick attack. It has U-turn as well. It's another U-turn pivot mod. Let me see if it gets, I think it gets work up. Yeah, it gets work up, so I can run like work up. I can run work up pass. I can pass a work up into something, so that's kind of cool actually. Yeah, Furo, for 1 point, it's not a bad way to finalize my draft, in my opinion. Like, it has options, and it's a solid enough mon that it's very usable, in my opinion. Anyway, so that's my team. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And I will be back next week with our week 1 battle. But please go subscribe to the EMBA official channel that I will leave in the description below. And you will see some power rankings up there in the next coming days. Bye.